that you got it up there it gives you confidence. Okay, I'm going to throw this one in that series.
It's little things here and there where you look at this Vegas roster, you look at their schedule and say, hey, these guys are kind of hanging. But the problem is the Hardpoint has yet to find a win on the other side of the floor. You've got Gwyn, who has not fallen victim to sophomore syndrome in any regard. He has looked unbelievable, and I love the fact that we're pointing to him on this map in particular, because you know the SMGs can get lost and get wild. Let's get wild here in Madrid. We got Carolina, we got Vegas Falcons, Protocol Hardpoint. Let's get it on.
The last time these two teams played was all the way in the beginning of the season. It was a barn burner, 250 to 236. The only thing that Vegas really couldn't find success in is breaking those hard points. So you are Carolina set up early and make it more difficult for them. But early into the P1, 10 seconds already for Vegas, and they have a lot of map control to go with it.
I will say, watching this Vegas team the last couple of weeks, they have been very efficient on their breakoffs. We saw them do this versus Optic, where they got up 80 points on the Vault Hardpoint. Eventually lost the map, but still, their breakoffs have looked really solid, and that's the case here on Protocol. Looking to kind of flip the spawns around. Gwyn, up close and personal, able to find one, but excellent with the quick response, and Vegas are still hanging over through sidewalk. Slasher trying to pick up the action. He will find it, allowing Carolina to spawn on the right side of the map.
20 seconds to start off, though, if you're Vegas Falcons.
Not bad.
Perfect, and you're finding every single kill as well in the feed, so your rotation is going to be a lot easier over towards New. You have a couple players from the Ravens spawning out behind.
They don't know.
Gwyn is going to get pinched out, and I don't think Vegas have a read that they're behind you.
They have absolutely no idea, and as soon as they clear off the player on the hard point, Gwyn actually does spawn favorably. So Vegas holding things down for the moment, but going to be caught by surprise on this pinch attempt around the back through tower. Ooh, nice shots coming through from Vivid and Gwyn combined, and that will allow Carolina to get into P2 with the spawns moving once again.
Yeah, there's a lot of time still to fight for here at P2. So Vegas, we have a little bit of a lead. We can potentially start to develop on some of these routes. Roxas finds that first kill on the Slasher. The pinch good enough for the second. Give me a double, at least the team shots for that second kill. But Vegas right now, they're looking great in the teamwork aspect.
I'll say, I mean, it's been very coordinated. You've got a couple of players hitting from one side, someone hitting a bit of a pinch timing. It's looked really, really solid, and they're enjoying about a 30-point lead as we head over to P3. High ground control for Dahum. You also got players already ready for the next hard point. This is great for Falcons on a setup.
Yeah, but this is where it gets scary because a couple players are already falling. You're now going to be forced to spawn on out. So the last two players in Roxas and Mr. King have to hold down this side. Carolina were able to flip the spawns. Carolina have the numbers. X-Ninja just trying to at least find one. Can't get any, and Carolina find the early break.
Good patience here, though, from King, holding onto the staircase, knowing that this zip line is an issue. And now with an SMG in hand, he may try to hit a bit of a pinch timing here. Player from Carolina slips underneath him, though, and then with that, Royal Ravens looking good for the first 20 seconds. A little bit blessed at the spawns, but they will take the lead right on back.
And off your X-Ninja, can you be a playmaker, potentially spawn them out? He drops Doom. Last player towards the backside, and that's now a clean 4 dead. Carolina have been able to take the lead, so 25 seconds to fight for here at P3. Vegas can give it one more crack at it, but we got to go to that P4 and set up early.
Yeah, trying to hit through Old to get there, just not quite working out. A little bit too staggered, and Carolina have been perfect so far on P3. TJ on 4 in a row, working on rotation, and the timing here might be incredible, or he may just miss it. Hard to say. We'll see what the route he wants to take. Elevator shaft, the next muse of entryway. TJ jumping on down. He's got 2 Falcons players in front, but the Vegas Falcons will take down 3, and they're going to open up this hard point to their name.
Yeah, I thought TJ found the timing to potentially open up with a double off that roto. But this is where Vegas were able to keep it scrappy last time around. This P4 was their Money Hill. At least starting off for the first 15 flawlessly. The initial kill goes to Vivid. All out pressure through big door. X-Ninja needs to fly on in and help.
Well done.
Unfortunate team kill, though.
Yeah, but that's okay. Roxas is still in position to finesse, dancing around, waiting for the regen. Just comes down to which direction do you pick. King, next one in. Stuns out, trying to follow up on his own action, but it's going to just be traded out. Carolina, there's too many numbers here, and they will, well, teammate actually come through, turn this into a 1v1. Dahum just waiting, biding his time. Roxas trying to help over through front door, but this is all contest time, and TJ still hanging on in the back.
And now TJ stalls out enough time for his teammates to eventually get into the play, but X-Ninja flies on in. Finds that double, secures the final 10 seconds. He's been their highlight SMG player.
Yep.
And has a moment there to still keep this game basically tied.
Yep, absolutely the case. I mean, it was a really solid P2. Not the greatest of P3s, but mixy through P1, P4. So, again, even exchange. Back over to the first hard point we go. Pinstripe kill feed leads us to a 2v2 over the top of the hard point. Dahum watching over towards the Carolina spawns, but trying to keep his head in the swivel, and he gets caught by surprise. Moment for Carolina to get into the hill.
Yeah, he was just trying to help his teammate. He knew that TJ was behind him, but his teammate was under pressure. Tried to keep him alive, and unfortunately the timing does not go his way. So Carolina now starting to pull away a little bit at this P1. 30 seconds still to fight for here. Great route right there out of King to just get one, get on out, find a free double towards top trips, and then now Still locating one player. Don't know where he is, but we're soaking up that time.
Yep, love this from King. Just kind of stay on the front line, be a nuisance, play your life, force Carolina to come look for you. 14 and 7.
Okay.
Now from the high ground, help from Roxas. That's going to be enough for 3 in a row for the Falcons. Vivid, the last one staying alive, but he's been figured out over towards P2. Exton on the way to chase him down. He will find the elimination. Over 100 points go the Falcons, and they've got the rotation anew.
P1 so far has been their bread and butter hardpoint. Now they have an opportunity to chain it again towards P2. King still roaming around top mid.
Love it.
He is on 4 in a row. Does get traded out by Gwyn, but just relieves some of that pressure from that angle. Allows his teammates to soak up this time for free.
High ground control, though, goes the way of Carolina. No one able to battle back against that ledge dropped in from Royal Ravens. Exted off the regen, trying to hold his life, wait for reinforcements. They are coming quickly, and oh, this is good timing from Exted. Cleans out tower. Now he can keep his focus towards the front. He's got Roxas to work with, but 2 Ravens just kind of sitting prone in opposite corners, not able to be tracked down. Spawn will start to move, and TJ beams King from across the map.
And right there, though, Vegas, they were like, okay, we are applying pressure through the front. King is blessed with a spawn towards the backside. Maybe he's going to open up with the kill, but TJ with the snap. Had a 0.7 yesterday versus the Thieves. That's not the T's that we've been able to get familiar with as of recent, but the turn and burn right there on the King, good enough for a lot of that P2 time. Now off the rotation, it's going to turn into a one-on-one. King is able to win it. Now he just has to finesse.
And I think for Vegas, what they missed on last time was awareness of how these spawns are going to work out timing-wise, and King is trying to go sniff it out, and he runs right into 2 waiting Carolina members. Not the greatest on rotation right now for Vegas. Trying to recover, though. To whom? Playing with Exit over through sidewalk. One more player over the heady. Tough gunfight as Gwyn finds the opener. Exit trying to work a pinch timing on the interior, but he's shut down, and Carolina will hold.
And this is where Vegas have to like just take their time here. We're
Correct.
going one by one, not allowing these pinches to develop. And Roxas found himself in a good position, but he finds 1 kill, and at least his teammates spawn behind them. So they can have the opportunity now contest for the final 30. And you can see Carolina, all of their arrows turn around. They know where the spawns are.
Yeah, awareness has been high for Carolina, but an opportunity here for Vegas. See how the Ravens deal with it as we jump to a Royal Ravens. Listen in.
3-0, they just no, forward. One hit Ivy.
I'm looking at my spiral. I'm looking at my
Hit
spiral.
Ivy, yeah.
They can be in spiral. They can be in spiral.
I spawned out. I'm hitting no spiral.
Top mid, Roxas.
Spiral should die.
Roxas my flank late.
Hold King,
In the corner dead.
Roxas my flank.
King's
Map.
at all.
Yeah, use it.
Anyone big door, I think. Anyone big door. I'm dropping.
What should I say? Yeah, big. No, dead. No, bigger. Sword across.
Slid, 1 shot back to time.
He's what corner so I think I did it.
Trying to go big door right now.
There's 2 in hill right now. I'm gonna help you out big door
I
right
did
there.
any time.
Yeah, spiral.
Big door, 1 shot.
Spiral.
Zip
Back to
box,
time.
zip box.
Back to
Zip
time.
box side once. Use our 2v2. Use our 2v2. I'm one shot there.
Spiral, 1 shot. I'm out of
I gotta get
bullets.
it. Spiral on hill. I'm gonna show spiral.
32.
Spiral on hill.
Nice,
Nice shit.
four.
Nice, good flank. I'm only
Pick
P2.
a flank. Pick a flank.
There's 2 big doors.
2 big door, 2 big door.
Absolute boat. Absolute behind the boat.
I have mass bench.
I'm just shouldering my spiral. When they're here, I'm gonna do spiral.
Fucking 1
Zip
shot.
box, zip box, zip box. I'm your big door. Could be top mid.
I have bench.
I'm gonna shoulder my spiral.
Zip box.
Two spiral.
I'm your.
I'm making side. Still 1 corner. 1 corner.
Nothing
Wait.
big door, nothing big door.
Spiral King dead.
Nice.
Missing one.
I'm pushing a spiral.
I'm throwing out zip, bro.
I pushed out like over this side.
Good spawn grannies. Good spawn grannies.
Nothing grandma. Nothing grandma. Bottom ammo.
Next to you. There's one back over there. There's one back with you. Back with you area.
You have time?
Let me hold last guy. Exit is on hold. Last
Time.
guy.
I'm your last mid, okay?
Yeah.
What do I need to get
I'm
up
playing
spawn?
max down.
I'm top zip right now.
You can go spiral. You can go spiral.
2P2 weak.
I can try to play this guy spiral.
I'm just soaking. He's in my
CP2,
cross.
bro. You went stairs, I think.
Yeah,
No, no,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
I'll help you hill.
Zip,
Walker,
zip,
keep
stop,
going.
zip.
One bottom
You're
grammars.
fucking
Ivy. Bottom grammars in hill.
Yeah.
Ivy dead, top ammo.
Hold map.
Top ammo.
I put. Just run back ammo.
It gets 8 time.
Top ammo, top ammo.
Mine looks like
Mine
time.
And on time, too.
Ravens are vibing, man. No, those are some clean comps, really clean, really polished, not anything really kind of slipping by them. But at the same rate, we kind of talked about this earlier, Vegas continue on those P4s and go in one by one. It's just getting caught.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there at that P4, but so far they have made up for it, put a little bit of pressure here at P1. This has been their money hill so far on this map, number 1, but Carolina reached that 200-point mark, getting closer and closer to 250. You're influencing the spawns. You have Gwyn already playing for the cutoffs. 10 seconds still to fight for here, and you can already see Vegas have given that one up. They're playing for P2.
Have to have some flawless action through P2 to P3. If you're Vegas at the moment and they're not winning the opening gunfights as the hard point starts to open. Vivid from top ledge could jump on in. Instead, gets the read over towards King. Not able to find the response towards Exnid, but still, the number's decent for Carolina to move the spawns around.
TJ opens up with a double, though. So now you have the numbers. Drop yourself instantly into the hard point. You know where the spawns are coming in. Big kill out of Exnid to still give themselves an opportunity on a potential break, but Carolina just need 1 set of kills, and this map 1 is theirs.
Yeah, Vivid Finding 2 makes this really just Xnid's battle here from the front. Pistol out, Vivid on 4 in a row, 29 and 22. Big bounce back map number 1 from him after yesterday's series. And with only a couple more seconds remaining with kills going the way of Carolina, that's going to be a convincing map 1 win for the Ravens.
Carolina, every single player, even the coaching staff is saying, that's more like it.
Yeah.
We win a Hardpoint, we are able to get over 100 points, but they just kept the game in their control majority of the time. Like the P1s, the P2s were dominated early on by Vegas. But then when you get to the P3, P4s, those are the hills that you really want to control the majority of that time. And it was Carolina on the first attempt, being with the opportunistic position to where Vegas was too aggressive through the middle of the map. You spawn behind them and get easily set up for that pinch. And then the second go around, same situation. It turns into a one-on-one, and then eventually a player from Vegas tries to make a solo play, but he's the only one there. Too many players from Carolina, you trade it out, you hold it down. And it was just better rotations, better holds out of Carolina in that map 1.
30 and 22 from Vivid, 24 non-traded. TJ, a little bit of a slower start, but still finishes 28 and 18 with a minute 45 in the hardpoint and 15 objective kills, really doing it all. On the other side, it just, again, no one could really get anything going. A couple of good moments from Exton, a couple of decent moments from King, flexing between the AR and the SMG, but largely speaking, it was just another one of those we've seen it before type situations where Vegas is getting outslayed. They're not able to get through the 3rd and 4th level of what they need to be doing. I think in particular, you saw that on rotation. From 2 to 3, I think you're gonna see it in some of these replays where they're starting to get to mid-map.
Yeah.
We're not getting all the way around the back. The hard point's not open yet. Spawns haven't opened on that backside. We need to value our lives, and we keep dropping the middle of the map. We keep spawning out in Narnia.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it's like you play Hardpoint every time. You're playing against the top competition now, so you should start to adapt to these little things. It's just when you're aggressive on one side of the map, and there's only 2 players on your team, the other guy who's setting up on the pinch is still completely away from the play. You have to wait for that play to develop. When you're going 1 by 1, you're just getting picked off. You're not having full reinforcements to try to lead to these breaks. Just simply not having the numbers in those situations is costing them in every single hardpoint. That's now 13 straight losses in HP.
It's super tough too, and I know that, you know, Clint and Joe were talking about this last week of qualifiers. It's like they keep changing out one player.
Yes.
And that's so difficult to build the chemistry in terms of learning those things and knowing the kind of the subconsciousness of your other teammates of, if my guy's doing this, I gotta do that, what those timings look like. And it's tough to build that synergy when you keep swapping out one guy for one guy. It's a byproduct of the nature of having a 7-man roster essentially between the challengers team and the main roster, and keep just trying to find the right formula.
It's because every single time you're changing it up, man, it makes it so difficult. It's sort of like a challenger situation where you have new players coming in left and right. You're just trying to find the perfect formula. And at least so far for this team, they ended off the last couple of weeks at qualifiers. They jump into this major with this team, but they still sort of have those same issues that it's not really on like the players on the team.
Sure.
It's just like they have to figure out how to work together more. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I will say, I think just looking at this map layout, map number 1, I wasn't really looking at as Vegas' best chance to win a map. I'm looking more towards if they can get to map 4, that Vault Hardpoint is one of their most played combined with Skyline, so maybe there's more opportunities there. I think in particular, though, let's change the focus into this Search and Destroy, because out of the 4 map wins that they have, 3 of them have been on Search and Destroy, and I think they've kept it simple. Yeah, that's the biggest thing about it, and I love that because then you can work with each other a little bit more better when you're talking about 4-man hits. 3 players on one side, 1 on the other. Easy communication going between 2 sides of the map.
Yeah, on offenses, they like to get the bomb down immediately. Play to their strengths over towards that A site. But then on defense, believe it or not, versus Optic Texas, they found a lot of success at finding first bloods on defense, which led to easy retakes for them. So if they can find that same exact success, especially on a map like Vault, where it's very difficult to retake some of these sites, they could have a field day here. But the same thing could be said for Carolina, because they love Vault S&D.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And, you know, just to kind of point to the picture, you talk about it with Vegas getting the bomb down a lot. They're actually one of the most successful teams at converting rounds where they're able to get the bomb planted. So there is a level of what you look for success from the Falcons. It is around the objective, whether that be on the defensive side with the retaking percentage that they have, or more in particular on offense, on a map like Vault, get the bomb down, hold the post plan. So that's how we kind of have to build the hero story here for Vegas. And I will say, I think, you know, looking back to the first iteration of this roster, now to what we have here, the Search and Destroy has been pretty consistent. Yeah. You know, it's hard to put that with a lot of, like, positive flavor because this team still hasn't won a series yet, but the Search has still been competitive across the board.
That's been their bread and butter map and mode. Like, regardless, Search and Destroy is where they can slow down the game. We even saw it early on versus this Carolina team on Skyline, where we saw Carolina basically be the best Skyline team that we had in the game early into the season, but then just Vegas slowing down that aggression. allowing the game to come to them, they were able to pick apart the playmakers on the side of Carolina. So if you're TJ, you need to make sure you're playing your timing. Because I know you can start to have those moments where you feel like you're doing it all in search and destroy. But if one gunfight doesn't go your way, let's start to adapt to play with the team, because that's what they are playing for.
Absolutely. TJ has been great when it comes to those opening first duels as well. He's been early and often in the mix. And for the most part, he's coming out pretty favorably with it. So really good bounce back season here for TJ. I don't even want to call it a bounce back season. He's had a couple of good years in a row, but this year feels different with him and Gwyn.
Oh yeah, TJ's a different beast this year, like without question. He's definitely one of the top SMGs. They didn't show that yesterday. Obviously, the entire team didn't show what they were fully capable of yesterday. But just Carolina so far, they get second at the minor, square up versus Atlanta. They've been having a lot of successful starts in the beginning of the season, but recently they've been falling off.
Well, here's a look over towards what we've dealt with if you missed the action yesterday. The big story was what was at the top of the bracket. Little hometown heroics for the Miami Heretics. Map 5 winner versus the #1 seed coming into the playoff bracket, as Optic Texas will drop. And they have to play against like another hometown favorite, LAG. Yeah, I see a couple of the mates over there getting ready to go. There's the boys. You guys get loud or what? You can get up, you can stand. I know it's early. Get a couple of beverages in your system. You guys will be good to go.
They gotta get the blood flowing. They need energy at an all-time high for that series.
Love those guys. So that'll happen later today. I imagine it's gonna get loud in here for that. And then you are guaranteed map 5 between Vancouver and Minnesota. So you know we're gonna get there. There's the green suits. Getting active. It was funny when we first came into the venue. There was like only a couple of people in, and then all of a sudden an army of green suits came through like this main concourse. And these guys are ready to go. Energy for all the teams this weekend. I love it.
That's going to be a battle. I can't believe it, because if you're LAG, you're probably thinking, okay, all week long, like Optic Texas going against Miami, #1 versus the 8th seed. We're probably going to prepare for Miami a little bit better than we do for Optic, but now LAG have an opportunity now to basically change their season around with this win today if they get it.
100% they could. Here's a look not just over towards the points that could be earned, but also, of course, the financial benefit of placing at a high rate. 150 grand for our top prize. The 100 points, though, I would say maybe at a certain level, or more important. I think the minors have really kind of bumped up the essential energy towards getting points as early as you possibly can, because as we get deeper into the season, things should get crazy. And there's the mates. They're all jumping, ready to go. Just needed a little bit of hammer time. That's all you need. That's how you get these guys stirred up.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for that series later. I'm actually curious to see where the crowd is going to go, because you're playing against the Green Wall. Green Wall, they travel worldwide, so can't wait for that matchup later on.
I think the more impressive part is, like, I would say 95% of the green suits are all wearing Gorillas Mates jerseys. The merchandise sales have to look good for that. Still waiting on map #2 here for you guys. And again, a lot of hero building built into this. I think the other part of the story here is like, yes, we're looking to see what Vegas can do to get a series win.
Yeah.
The other side of it, remember that this Ravens team was at the top of the leaderboard through the break, coming into the minor, finished second. We're like, wait a second. How good are these guys going to be? A little bit of a drop-off in the last handful of series, though, has shown that this team also continues to need to grow.
Yeah, they had a couple tough losses all the way in map #5s, and then obviously the loss yesterday put a bad taste in everyone's mouth. But at least so far today, they have completely turned it around. It was what? A 0.6 out of Vivid, a 0.7 out of TJ, and they both went crazy in that map #1. So you're feeling fantastic if you're Carolina. Try to turn this series around.
Oh, there you go. Fist bumps are out on both sides. Looks like we're just about ready to load on in. We've got possibility of 3 straight vaults, so get used to seeing this on your screen. Search and Destroy will grace us first and foremost. And I will say, kind of another little small tidbit, we watched the Vegas Academy team play this map a bunch of challengers, and King looked good on this map. Couple opening set names that were a little bit cheeky. See if Falcons can kind of bring that to life here against the Ravens, get this series back to even.
Yeah, the Academy team had one strategy that really stood out to me on Vault, was only sending one player in towards the site, instantly getting that bomb down, and all the 3 teammates, everybody watching a pitch angle. Just playing so far spread out, because if you're the team in the opposing end, you're thinking, all right, they have to have a double stack in towards site. You're not going to be putting players in a position to watch every single flank, but we will have to see how that goes, as Carolina are going to be the team early on the attack. TJ just flies on in, and TJ said, yeah, this is my round. I'm also going to plant the bomb too.
Al-Jahum, though, on the outside of Palms, may be able to influence the post-plant exit. Gwyn trying to get back over to him, and yeah, the shots are just good enough to find the elimination. So now it's just down to Roxas. Slasher has found him. Clean shots out of Roxas, able to catch TJ almost on the mantle, but the regen not there. And one bullet does the trick for the Ravens to find the opener.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Teej. He filled himself in that map #1, and now instantly does it in round 1 of the map 2. Finds the initial double, gets the objective down, and Rox is still being weak. Allows TJ to walk away with that three-piece on the first. Carolina, 1-0.
Clean stuff. Love the opening route from Gwyn, too, just to kind of challenge that top balcony position. We often see the defense litter that opening pool with nades, followed up with presence. Denied this time around as Vegas tried to overwhelm the site itself. So what are they going to get in the offense? 1-2-1 split. This is the indication that we're going to get some sort of an outside post plant once again here for Vegas as they go for the quick plant.
Oh, but Exnet is a little nervous to probably get this down. Now he's definitely going to commit to it with the Whom finding that first blood. King effective on a trade, numbers in favor of Vegas, but TJ trying to isolate, can't find that kill.
Yep.
And a perfect response right there from Falcons.
That's what we go to see, though. You hit it right in the head. Quick plant, try to watch the pinches, play the post plant on the outside of the site. And it works out absolutely beautifully. To be fair, Carolina are also trying to over-influence the middle of the map, and that was just shut down immediately. Yeah. Good help with the ARs in place.
So it starts with the Whom, over towards Palms, finds that first blood, doesn't give him an easy angle to jump out of those balconies towards Pool to contest that bomb site. But then effective on the trades and King finding a double. That one-on versus TJ was such a big gunfight, because once you turn it into a 2v2, anything is possible.
Yeah.
But just securing that round allows you to tie the game up. Back to the defensive side you go. Might want to make an adjustment here to not allow TJ to take over again.
This is what I was talking about. There's all those opening nades from Vegas, and they know they get those connections, so they're looking to contest this bomb maybe early. Four-man stack up above the bomb site. TJ, knowing he's in a little bit of trouble, but pulls up the bomb maybe at the exact wrong moment, slides back over to the bomb site, and finds himself an exit. David doesn't have the same fortune, though. He will drop, and Carolina are trying to rotate out, but they're being pursued.
They're playing the bomb over towards B. Right now, Gwyn is just playing like a decoy situation. So Vegas are completely bamboozled here. Now Gwyn's gonna set up the repinch.
He sees the exit come through. He's got his eyes on King. Clean shots. Slasher still keeps his position top gold. And Vegas are strewn about the map in individual form. Gwyn, I thought for a moment he was gonna get a chance at that exit, finds the gunfight to Whom also over towards top art, wins one. Now it's just down to what can Slasher find. And he's already guarding over the bomb site. Exit hits the dirt. He can get onto the fuse. Plus, you've got Roxas to come up from behind. Vegas 2 rounds in a row.
Fantastic retake right there. Everyone
Huge.
turns into a one-on-one gunfight, and they were all able to find success. Once they realize, okay, Gwyn just set us up with the repinch. He's most likely going to work his way back through mid-map. Exnet plays it super patient, finds that kill, and then TJ roaming in towards Art, gets into a one-on-one versus Roxas. He gets taken down, and then slashing a 1v3, bomb all the way across the map. 20 seconds still to play for. Someone stick the defuse. We'll set up the pinch. Easy round there for Vegas.
Yep. Got a little mixy, but come out on top. Now a couple rounds in a row. Similar setup here for Vegas off the break off. Nades down into the pit just to make sure that Exit again can just hop on for a quick plant. King watching over the top. This is the exact same play. And it's going to find the exact same success rate, at least on the initial. Carolina trying to force action over towards Palms, but look at the exit from Exit. He's already behind the play.
Yeah, but Gwyn already has a read on it. He knows there was only one player in towards the site, but the timing not good enough. It's going to be a lot better for Exit. 2v2, 30 seconds.
And he's going to re-clear the bomb here. Good help from Roxas behind P2. This has been the exact same setup, and it works out perfectly for Vegas. Slasher, last one left, 1v2. Sees the first. This should be a freebie. Where's the second, though? That's the big question, and Slasher is going to try to repitch. He may actually find this, but just behind. The timing just barely off, and Vegas win 3 in a row.
That's 2 rounds right there. 2 different situations where the timing was better in favor of Vegas. It starts with the first kill out of Exit onto Gwyn. But I thought Slasher played that to perfection. Maybe if you get there a split second earlier,
Yep.
you're able to watch him on that cross, but Exit able to clutch up on the round. We said it before the series started, S&D has been the mode they've been having a lot more success in. So far, 3 rounds in a row, starting to pull away here.
And again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll see if they keep running that same offensive play call. Defensively, similar idea here for Vegas. Heavy stack over towards top halls. Again, the nades hit in the exact same way. Are they going to dive in and try to challenge us again? They're trying to, but Gwyn, he gets top balcony, he shuts down the play, and there's a chance here for TJ to plant.
But instantly find that trade onto Gwyn. So TJ's still not yet going to commit on the plant, but finally it is going to go down. So with 3v3, Vegas trying to gain the info. They know that one player's out towards poolside, one player planted the bomb. They're just trying to locate where the last guy is before they make this play.
Yeah, they should know they pushed it off the angle, so this should just be about trying to isolate onto TJ. 1-for-1's not bad, really, for either side's perspective. It gets smoked. What shots those are from Dahum. 1v2 again for Slasher. Needs to get an eye over towards the bomb. And as he does, he sees there's no defuse, but has he seen Roxas? Doesn't look to have. Roxas comes up from behind again. Dahum will have the free defuse, and Vegas will go up 4-1 early.
Man, these retakes are beautiful, man. He turned it into a 3v3. I love the double chow, not a solo chow onto Tej. Because once you take control of that bomb site, you make everybody else outside of the bomb site panic a little bit. Because they have to make sure they have an angle to watch that defuse. But then when they peek, Dahum rips somebody off the backside up pool. And then Slasher thought he made a call at the timing there, but Vegas just playing patient, trying to find where he went and execute that final kill. Secure the defuse for 4 rounds in a row.
Love it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Nope.
Flat out. Do they run the same offensive play? You got trophies now. You could definitely flex a little bit if you wanted, but like you mentioned, they're all about getting the bomb down as fast as possible. Same break off. Nades down low. Immediately followed by Exit going for a plant. It is the exact same play. Legitimately, this time though, RC is going to be part of the picture here for TJ as he just tries to scout things out, but it's not going to stop the bomb from being planted.
I think TJ's at least giving comms onto one player.
The one, yeah.
He sees him deep towards palm, so they're able to isolate for that first blood.
Trade's fine.
Being effective on the trade. 40 seconds in the 3v3 retake.
Yeah, they know that King's playing backside, but the problem is they don't know that Exit has left the bomb site here. So there's still a lot to figure out for Carolina. They would have to set this retake up almost purely through pool, and King is going to slip right by the Ravens again. Oh, mercy. Does anyone have an eye on this? Rox is watching over on the cut. He's going to find one for free. Back down into the bomb.
Gotta go.
15 seconds, you sure do. King's still on an angle. Nose has got one player in front of him trying to challenge to make sure the bomb's not being defused. He's able to pistol whip Slasher. 1v1. Roxas has the benefit of the clock. And he's going to check it just knowing there's no chance for a defuse. Plus find the kill. Vegas up big in the search.
Oh, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They have been doing the same plays on defense, the same plays on offense.
Why not?
And Carolina have yet to make an adjustment. They get that bomb down. They are great with those initial nades over the top, but just planting the bomb, turning it into a 3v3, and I think the biggest kill right there of that round was King with that pistol. If he doesn't find that kill, it doesn't allow Roxas to play the game clock the way that he did, but energy's starting to flow. Vegas are now 1 round away from taking a map here on land.
I've heard a couple Let's Go Vegas chants in the venue. Yeah, the green suits, it doesn't matter. If it's a green team, they're gonna root for it. Here we go. Same break off again for Carolina. Nades are still connecting. Gwyn's down to 15 speed. Here comes the slide out. Rox is able to find one. Trades back and forth. Gwyn still trying to force the action. Gonna get the regen! Big win versus Exted. And there's a numbers advantage now for Ravens.
And now Dahum in a 1v2. To potentially ice up for his team. He clutches this up. We're gonna see Vegas roar all over that stage.
Yes,
the
sir.
bomb is getting planted. 45 seconds for Dahum to work with.
Trying to find out if this is a double stack for Carolina or not. Lots of ground that he has to clear. Has one stun to work with. Bomb is planted outside, closer towards pool than the interior of the vault itself. 25 on the clock.
Yeah, we gotta get some info.
Yep.
Wasted a lot of time trying to locate where they potentially have pushed all out, but finally you jump in towards the site, and they were prepared for both angles. As Carolina able to stop the bleeding. All-out mix fest towards the bottom side of vault. They're able to come out on top in those trades. You saw that exit. He got the comment in his ear.
Oh, yeah.
Gwyn's weak. Gwyn's weak. You can fly out in a chow, but by the time he commits to that chow, Gwyn is already on the recovery process. Secures around there for Carolina.
I'm feeling a Ravens stack towards A, but I have a feeling Falcons are going to hard commit B Street here.
Okay.
I'm just going to call that out. Same offensive play towards balcony. No, same play. 1-2-1. Nades down in the vault. Right back up and over. Same play.
Yeah, and this is where Carolina have made the adjustments now. They're sick and tired of playing from top cat. This time we played through mid. Are instantly able to contest this as they take over that A site. But I love how Exodus gets a read on that, just backs on out.
It's just there's so many protocols based on what they see off these nades for Vegas. If you don't get those connections, back off. We don't have to commit to this plan. And now they are going to make a move over towards B Street. Roxas trying to scout things out with the RCXD, but he actually just kind of runs right past the Carolina defense, and in that breath, Exton will drop.
Yeah, that's going to be the bomb down. So have an RC car rolling on the backside of Roxas, and there he is for the bingo. An RC card is already done.
Bomb still down though. Slasher seen top art. Question marks on where Gwyn has gone off to as King tries to recover the bomb, and he will successfully be able to do that. Plus also find himself a Jackal to work with. Time ticking, under 30 seconds to play. And still a decision needs to be made on where we're going here.
Yeah, we got to take it back to A. It's going to be a lot more difficult to even think about a bomb plan over towards B, but at the same time, you have Dahum, who puts himself on the top of that building. He knows that Slasher is potentially going to be isolated, but it's a 2v2 in towards the site.
Yeah, TJ still holding in the corner. How many can he grab? First one's good. Oh, he's still a couple attacks onto the second. TJ, huge play, a little mantle. Oh! It's not once, but twice. That ladder's so deadly. And TJ finds 3 in the sight.
That's the demonic ladder right there, because as soon as you jump up in that position, you're instantly hopping on it. So TJ, tucked in the corner, absolutely one shot.
Pain.
Was able to find 3 to secure the round. 10 seconds left. They knew we get this trade, we potentially win the round, but right there, King, unfortunately, gets a taste of the ladder, and the final player does as well. But I love that adjustment right there from Carolina. They said, all right, I'm sick and tired of you planting the bomb at A.
Yep.
You're not going to find a lot of success playing towards B, so if we take A away from you, we should stand a pretty good chance.
Yep, just 3-man stack mid. Don't bother with the pool setup. Uh-oh, this time Falcons looking to challenge up top. TJ tagged up, still able to find an entryway in towards the A site. Gwyn also holding close, but Dahum guns him off the angle. No longer can you plant here at A, but look at the quick action over towards B. You've got Slasher already putting some shots over towards Roxas' direction, but he will drop, and Vegas run a 4v2.
Yeah, they isolate onto Slasher. Now it's TJ and Vivid. Left to clutch on up. TJ, he has moments like this. The timing might be good enough. Leads to a freebie for the first kill. What else can he get done?
Oh, Vivid, 1v1 on the other side. Oh, huge shots from Vivid. The slow start from him, but that's a massive double to keep Carolina, not just in this round, but potentially in the map. They're going to get the plant, and Roxas will have to navigate a 1v2.
45 seconds to work with. So the last time one of your teammates went on a 1v2, they were double stacking in towards the site, so already 10 seconds wiped off the game clock. Not able to gain the info. Is able to spot TJ, though.
Yep, there's the slide to confirm. Does he get a read onto Vivid? Just double stacked on him. Yep, now he knows both are in, but just tries to dive into the backside of the site. Not going to be allowed to. Carolina starting to put it together.
That's 2v4.
It's 2v4, sir.
You cannot allow that to happen if you are Vegas. You find the initial 2 kills. At that point, all you have to do is play trades. But then everyone's so spread around the map that when they're trying to go for that trade, they are prepared for that second gunfight to come in. A big double right there from Vivid. Basically secures the round there. Carolina backs against the wall. Sometimes when you are able to make some of your best plays, Vegas need to make sure that they keep their foot on the gas here. Make sure we're playing together to close this one out.
I think it's one of those things, too. We've only seen one play call from Vegas on offense.
No.
Are they going to keep running the same thing again? Yeah, sure are. RC in the mix again. This time from TJ. A little bit of trouble driving it up through square. Bob's going to go down in this moment. Dahum, once again, kind of playing over towards Palms. He will be seen, but this is now pressure because the bomb has been planted.
So now you got to go. Thankfully, Vivid flies on in, finds
big,
that first
big.
blood. And you can potentially stick this defuse.
You've got number 3 and Slasher watching the outside. TJ's going to watch his back. Vegas aren't even bothering with the check. They can't get back over to it. Defuse is going to come through in the blink of an eye, and all of a sudden it was 5-1, and we're going round 11.
Oh, my God. Carolina have made their adjustments. It all starts with the RC. Obviously, that gets nothing done, but you get the read that the play is again going over towards that A site. Vivid whips out the SMG, even though he's stunned. Finds that first kill onto Exton, and you realize, okay, nobody else in towards the site. They don't have Palms control.
Nope.
Slasher, just stay alive and watch over me. I'm going to stick this defuse. Now we're in round 11.
Unreal. So the adjustments have come through. This time, Mad Dash once again up and over. Stuns and nades are landing, but Carolina stay alive through it. No one here to contest onto A immediately, so Vivid's gonna hop for the plant. Here comes maybe the quick contest though. Vegas all over the pool. King looking for some sort of an exit, but can't find the connection, and nade has kept him safe.
And I thought Slasher was gonna come up behind him, potentially catch a couple freebies, but he's gonna play the deep pinch. He's relying on a double stack setup in towards the site. Vegas trying to approach the pool.
Trophy though, denying the opening Semtex. Shots back and forth, not going to lead to any entryway. Here comes Gwyn on the long pincher on the backside. He can try to watch this. Vivid from the front is good. He's on 4 in a row. There's Gwyn's pinch. Uh-oh, not like this. From 5-1 to a round 11 winner. Carolina bounce back big and the second map and take a 2-0 edge.
Yeah, that's just way too icy right there out of Carolina. Down 5-1. You got players like Slasher who are phenomenal search and destroy players alongside TJ. Basically, this entire roster are good at search and destroy.
Yep.
We were just waiting for those adjustments to come on in. Vegas needed to switch it up. Just never switch it up. You go back to the same exact play. Eventually, Carolina will be able to adapt. It all starts with that initial round on defense where they retake through mid-map. Then the second time they find that opening first blood or isolate the Hoom with the RC car. Then even in that final round, Vivid flies on in, finds that first blood, and they stick to defuse. They just realize, okay, this is what you're doing. You're not changing it up. We're going to counter it, and it worked out to perfection for 5 rounds in a row.
It's just one of those things like after running the same offensive play 3 times, you know that if it's worked every single time, there's going to be an adjustment.
Yes.
Why not try something different? Why not throw those same nades mid, but try to get some working angles over towards B Street? Just see if you can pull the defense into a different direction. Never fully happened. So once again, it's like we talked about at the beginning of the series. Vegas, the first 2 steps of the ladder, not bad in terms of setting up and finding 4v4 breakoffs. It's just what happens afterwards. As the map starts to go on, how do we make those adjustments? It just doesn't feel like they have the ability to, on the fly, make the moves that other veteran teams are able to do.
Yeah, this is the thing that they have to learn playing more Call of Duty. It's as simple as that, man.
Well, we've got one of our potential 3 vaults done. We got control coming up, but first we head to the desk for our mid-map breakdown.
For a moment, Carolina was the #1 seed.
Yeah.
They started to fall off towards the end of qualifier #1, but now we see them struggling with the Falcons. And I have to say, the Falcons folded in the second half of both of these games. Let's take a look at map #1, Chance, because you had Exnid starting off hot. The rest of the crew was shooting early.
Hey, they're a team that they can get kills in the respawns, they can get kills in the hard point, but they are still unable to get a win. So like the S&D might have been close, but there was never a moment where I think Carolina had to sweat. And I love the bounce back from Vivid, right? Obviously, he's having an issue with his eye. I don't know how difficult it is for him to play, but struggled yesterday. Popped off in map #1. TJ also fried, and I would say any hard point against the Falcons is gonna be comfortable. Carolina just took care of business.
Yeah, we'll say it looked like Falcons were in this game, right? In this situation, they have the spawns on P3, right? Decent chunk of time left here. They let Carolina break in from the front, and instead of options like rotate and set up on the money hill, down low computers, they kind of bang this out. They lose that rotation, and then we chow one by one by one. It's just not good enough at the pro level, right? So these guys, like, they find themselves in good situations early on these maps, as you mentioned, Chris, but once these teams realize, like, okay, we got to lock in, they just run away with it. The comeback in the surge, the taking over here. You see Falcons were very close to 161 at that point in time, and then Royal Ravens just run away with the game. So it's just the mid-map adjustments aren't there right now.
You know, we had a shorter pre-show today, so I do want to take a moment and remind everybody, you have a world champion on the side of Carolina Royal Ravens in Slasher. On the other side, you got a guy playing his 3rd match ever in Call of Duty League in King. So this should be a lopsided affair. And the fact that you had that map 2 with the Falcons going up 5-1, that was quite the story for me.
It was unreal. It's unfortunate because in the hard point, it was so close for the first half of the game, and then the same thing for S&D. I mean, Falcons were in the driver's seat the entirety of this map #2, and it's so unfortunate just because Carolina Royal Ravens, like, they have been struggling in S&D recently. This was an opportunity for Vegas Falcons, but they just weren't able to make the adjustments once Carolina Royal Ravens started to play more aggressive, especially on the attack chance.
And I would also say that the rest of the league needs to pay attention to Falcons S&D and learn from it as well. The default strat, if you're running through the hallways on offense, it's to dodge the pre-nades from the defensive end, but the Falcons actually had the timing down to hit the nades on TJ as he's jumping out consistently. The Falcons never made the adjustment, never had an extra nade landing in that spot, but they figured out a way to get for those first bloods. And if other teams start to steal this timing, you can actually prevent those 8 bomb plants that quickly and find some free
You
picks.
just pissed off Clayster so much right now. You know Coach Clay is now they're like, no chance, why are you giving away our strategy?
Listen, you gotta learn
you just
from the
pissed me
Falcons.
off. I don't want ranked kids to start nading me on that push. I always use the window for a finesse. But yeah, I mean, I would say they should have closed it out, Falcons, on this map here. On their offensive round 10, they get down low, they get bombed down. And I actually said it live. I said, I love their setup. You got a guy at P2, one hold, the back push through. Just a nice situation post-plant. And then they overchow from the bomb. The most important player there just has to play tight. They just got to learn from these mistakes, man.
Clayster sighting. We get another bingo check mark. I'm excited for the bingo update. That is coming, and so is a game #3. Alley Cat, as we go to control, final thoughts here. Is this a 3-0 for Carolina?
It's looking like it might be a 3-0 for Carolina, but I'd love at least a round 5 in map 3.
It's time to find out. Can Vegas bounce back, or will they be the first team bounced out of the tournament? Take it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things, again, I think the desk is right, competitive till it's not.
Yeah.
It's really tough to see that because, again, that mid-map adjustments is where you start to see the long-standing pros have an edge over some of the new guys that come in, whether they're brand new or whether it's out of challengers, whatever it happens to be.
It's all about the experience, man, because if you have more experience underneath your belt, you're taking those risks. Just for a couple people who now, especially King, third match in a row, he was a player playing over towards B Street. He's not going for deep pinches. No, he's camping the back of the spawn, playing it super safe. But those are the risks that you only develop as a player with time.
Absolutely, and experience sometimes better than the overall formula. I think the crash out from Zuma on challengers is enough to be evidence towards what that feeling looks like, a long-standing experience versus we got fourth, so let's just make a change. Sometimes it works, more often than not, I feel like it doesn't. So we'll see what happens here because the control is on one of those modes that we have seen Vegas at least take a map, but more importantly, they have extended these maps to have chances at winning. Just comes down to getting it over the finish line.
Yeah, it's been through their defensive side, especially on Vault. Like, that was the way that they were able to find success for the only control victory that they have versus Atlanta, even though it was Atlanta at the beginning of the season, and still to this day, they probably are atrocious at Vault control. But standing strong on defense is what you're used to doing. You just need to find some success on their attacking rounds, because I'm pretty sure it's like 1-9 overall on their attacking side. They get outslayed by 3 to 4 kills, don't really have a lot of success. When they come in off spawn, going 1 by 1, that's the biggest thing that Vegas need to make sure that they're fixing here, is that when we're dying, we're coming off the respawn, we're not solo challenging or solo pushing out to try to make these plays. We need to retake it together.
Absolutely, and I think there is a level of also knowing when the appropriate time is to stack with 2+ members if you're on the offensive side, instead of trying to get greedy, trying to look for kills. We know that players in the past have had moments where they've been a little bit red dot honey. I think in particular we saw that in challengers from King a little bit over the course of his first stint. Maybe he's picked it up just a touch. I think there's a level of pacing that has worked out for Vegas and the ability to kind of push the tempo while also not getting too aggressive. It just comes down to let's just not black out and let's just keep the focus on the OBJ.
Yeah, just the little things about the game. Basically the same thing that you need to do in Hardpoint. Those little things are costing you. The same thing could be said for control. Not going 3 to 4 dead in sync, maintaining the map control, finessing with your life. All sound like such small things, but there's such big things when you get to this part of your career.
Yep. Last fist bumps from Big Jim up on the stage. Shout out to Big Ludi too. Saw him on there. Third year with the program. Love to see it. But this is where it comes down to. Can Vegas find a way to extend their first ever LAN match? Looking at the overall control again, has not been particularly great, really for either team, but obviously for Vegas, hasn't been hard. Really, well, it's been hard everywhere. Yeah, that way. TJ also, again, this month, he's been lights out for Carolina, seeing if he can kind of keep that up here and keep Carolina in the lower bracket. Here we go.
It's going to be the Ravens. Start us off on the defensive side. Falcons trying to attack early on through top cat. X, the only player there, though, just tries his son. Throw his own stun, commit on that gunfight, he gets caught. That's already 3, make it all 4 dead, everyone off the reset.
And TJ is already bouncing from high to low and to high again. 3 in a row for him. Gwyn's already taken over gold. They're forcing the Vegas spawns towards P2, and this is not what you want early, as Carolina have completely dominated the map. And I actually love this line of scrimmage. They're just fighting it north to south instead of east to west.
Yeah, it's because Gwyn is just simply blocking those spawns over towards gold. He's influencing them to spawn consistently over towards pool. TJ's going to line up potentially another couple of freebies, but that's already 3 dead for Vegas. Put someone on towards the point. First segment should be guaranteed, because they're now going to stack.
Yeah, they've pushed Gwyn off a little bit from this pinch timing as well. So first take is done. Stack is in, like you mentioned. Sec is quickly coming into play, as now Carolina are trying to hit this contest. TJ, another double. Wow, he has been lighting it up here early on the control. Right back in to stop the progress and get a little bit of clearance on the second tick.
Now they're trying to look at where did the Hoom go. He finds a kill and gets out. 30 seconds still to play with. DeHoom's going to put the game clock at a pause at B, but he's instantly going to fall. TJ with the finesse. Good enough with the pistol shots. Mr. Halley is on point today.
Wow. The panic swap works out for the kill, and now it's 23 plays 15. Clock comes to a momentary pause on B once again. Vivid cleans it up. And now for Vegas, it has to be over towards the 8 point. 2 players on. Second tick's going to get locked immediately. Now a third joins the action. And Carolina will need to make a decision if they want to try to contest this or not. They get here on the slide out just a little bit too late. And in that moment, Vegas will reduce the life gap just a touch and, of course, get the extra minute.
And Vegas find 3 kills there to potentially keep the map control in their favor. You have Exnid roaming around towards bottom pole door. All the nades getting bombarded over the top. Doesn't lead to a kill, but these fights in the middle of the map are everything. Grin starts it off with the first.
Nice win from Exit over to the middle of the map. finds maybe a second. Gwyn not going to get traded out immediately, but look at Dahoom's position. A chance to really break down this Ravens defense. First kill is good. Trophy system to keep himself safe. This is a really good spot to be because you've got 2 members on the B zone already. Carolina, they need to decide. They're going to flush out this player at Art or play over the top of the zone. They're actually going to find a couple of kills on the cross. Now it's just down to, can they actually clear the zone at the same time? Kills not coming through as of yet, but Exit has no exit, and it's just Dahoom, last one left, and he gets found out just as soon as he peeks over the top of the zone.
That's so beautiful right there to Carolina to completely disregard Dahoom towards top bar. They said, no, you're not even going to peek through the front window. We're going to kill everybody else around that point and then focus you. Fantastic on the retake there. Now only leads to 35 seconds. No more respawns remaining for the Falcons. Last push.
Yep, 12v4 as well. First opener decent. Vivid from the low ground, though, able to find one on the exchange over towards top square. Roxas will cross over towards line, but he's been seen. And there really won't be much, well, probability of this actually turning into much of anything here for Vegas. Maybe one more chance to touch, but Vivid's on the pinch, and they know that Exit's playing somewhere in the middle of the map. So it'll be, what, 4 ticks of progress? Not bad overall, considering the breakoff and the fact that Carolina had been a real disastrous spawn trap for a while.
Yeah, you would take 4 segments there. But now, next time you spawn in on the offense, you got to make those adjustments. You can't just send Exton by himself over towards top cat. And he also has to invest his own stun grenade. Like, if you can get an AR player behind him, throw that stun, he instantly is going to sprint on up and find this freebie for the first. But TJ, with the counter, is able to have him weak out of a nade, and then they find the initial 4 dead. Just wastes a lot of that game clock early on, and then
this one.
Just kill right here from TJ out of that pistol.
Yeah.
Shuts it all down.
Yeah. Okay. See if Vegas can respond here on their defensive attempt. Again, 4 ticks of progress is what was earned. Vivid carries a 4 streak into this round. And Carolina, you would assume, would likely be picking all their focus right on in towards A, especially with trophy systems at the ready. Nice little slide out, first punch from TJ. King with the trade, but the progress starts to be made as Vivid holds onto the zone. AR in hand, he's actually going to push up, find himself a Jackal, and maybe even force the issue here. You know you've only got 1 player in front of you, but the problem is you don't have to take this challenge because Gwyn's already playing through square, and that'll be the first tick, likely 2 already done.
Yeah, it's already 3 dead, and TJ's now taking away space over towards R. How many more can he find? Only 1, but that relieves the pressure for his teammates to finally secure this segment. Here at A, extend the game clock early on. Now you have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work with, up by 4 lives, and a lot of map control to go with it.
And you cannot drop off these exit kills if you're Vegas. You need to be able to try to suffocate this through the middle of the map, and they do. Gwyn, last one standing on this potential play. Able to come up from behind. King clean shots to Dahoom as well. And now all of a sudden, you've got B Street control if you're Carolina. They do lose Gwyn through Vault. TJ picks it up, and he's already got the clock paused at 2 minutes as he hops on the B zone.
That's a big trade right there. Find that player, pushes it towards Vault. Now, hopefully ARs can get a couple trophies down so you can potentially secure this third segment. But they are looking for 1 more wave of kills before they even hop this point.
Yeah, they don't expect Kane to be playing outside towards Palm side. Gwyn though on the pinch. Perfect timing. He's got Roxas now in front of him. Little 1v1 action, which Slasher's able to assist with. First tick, likely to be done here at B. Nades over the top. Gonna find their way into the zone as there's no trophy system. Second tick coming down. Cars blowing up all around Gwyn. Stack is largely in, but the contest is through. Vegas clearing the point. Slasher last one left, and he gets taken down.
Now the pinch though from TJ might be good enough to make up for it. Lees finds 1. Works his way out of dodge, but Exit was ready for that gunfight in bottom Vault. He's now on 4 in a row. Yeah, Vivid working his deep pinch. But Vegas have been able to stabilize as for now.
And they still have a player through mid-map as well, so they should know that Vivid is playing somewhere around this P4 position, and yeah, they find him. And now maybe an opportunity for Exit to get free. Gwyn on the hunt, doesn't expect him in the corner. That'll be enough for another elimination to go the way of Vegas as they continue to play up the middle of the map.
Yeah, Vegas have brought this all the way back. Not only down by 1 life. Flanked by TJ though. I don't know if they're going to be prepared for it. Vivid is able to find a double. Easy trade onto Exit. No, he makes it pay for it. Dahoom with 2, Exit with 2. That's a clean 4 dead. All of Carolina off the respawn.
And that's 7 in a row for Exit. He has been just loose for the majority of this defense, especially after that A zone had been captured, but he will not get freedom to get into top gold. King. Good win middle of the map, slowing down Carolina a touch. The life deficit has now moved to the Carolina side as they're down 2. Dahoom is still very comfortable topside Art, and there just does not look to be any sort of entryway here for Carolina to be.
Yeah, if you're Carolina, you have to work this overextension. Locate this player in King. Hopefully without dropping, but he finds that kill onto TJ. Effective on the trade is going to be Vivid. With only 25 seconds, no more respawns for Carolina.
There's a chance here, though. You've got Vivid kind of putting pressure over the cross. You've got a couple of Ravens members mid-map. Exit is trapped. That'll open up the vault play. King trying to pick up where Exit had left off at. Clock coming at a pause at 14 seconds. King on a bit of a heater. Pistol out, trying to win the final, and he will. That will eliminate all of Carolina, and our tick progression will be tied.
Oh, and Vegas just stepped up in the tempo right there. Exit with multiple clutch kill after clutch kill, especially around bottom vault. And then King in those final moments was able to secure the round there, but they just looked like they had control of the entire map, even when they hit it. They were accounting for everyone. No one slips behind enemy lines. The one opportunity that Vivid found himself in instantly gets pinched out by King. So to take a look at the replay again from Xnid, he's been their most successful player so far on the season, especially with this SMG in hand. He's able to find that insane triple, shutting down that push from Carolina, tying up the game.
I love it. I love it from Vegas in particular because there is that heroic clearance of the B zone in the first place. But once they get that, everyone just gets free. And Exit ends up going on that 7 spree. So now they have an opportunity. Trophy system does not get down to time to keep King safe, and that actually pushes Vegas off of this initial effort towards A.
But this is another situation where your breakoff needs to be a big part of your success of control. Xnid makes up for it again with another double. King already finds that third kill. Last player alive was Gwyn. He's accounted for. And you can see Vegas, they're committing a lot of reinforcements over towards B.
Yeah, I think that they were assuming that Ravens had still pushed up over towards A, so it wasn't an option. So now you get a little bit caught trying to retransition back in towards the interior of the map. Successful on their ability to get back over towards A. Plus a follow-up from King. That clears off the U-Haul. That's going to lead to a first tick of progress, if not maybe more than that. TJ playing over to the bottom side of all. He's looking to set up a pinch timing. Stuns and nades starting to come through. TJ finds one. That might be enough for Carolina to try to retake.
Yeah, now they have the numbers. You just fly on in, 3 for 1, make it 4 for 1 trade. You will absolutely take that all map control back in favor of the Ravens. Second segment does not get complete. And now look, Gwyn has switched it up. He goes from gold one time, now he's all the way at pool to influence them on the opposing side over towards B.
And the last thing you want here if you're Vegas is to have to hit through B Street with no map control. So they have to try to clear out Gwyn. He eventually shows himself over the top of the hot tub. Exit, big win right there. TJ to maybe the next one up, playing right in the balcony stairs, but time is becoming an issue here, and the pressure is on for the Falcons to get something going here on offense.
And TJ's just roaming. He found himself on 5 in a row. Exit, again, I just don't know how he pulls out some of these gunfights. But only 20 seconds to go. Last push. Try to secure this last couple of segments here at A. 1 for 1 is the trade. Vivid responds. Exit again. Pinstripe kill feed. Second segment should be guaranteed.
Big win. Shuts down the pinch from Slasher. The only effort now for Carolina would have to be from the front. And Exit, it's unfortunate to whom had thrown his Semtex that same direction, so a chance to contest here for Carolina. Roxas and King working together. Little 2v3 moment at the top of the A zone. Shots from King. One more to grab. Slasher dives on in for the contest, but to whom will shut him down. And now you can quickly transition to B. Here's an opportunity for Vegas to fly.
Yeah, the cars are already blown up, so you don't have to worry about anyone getting taken care of on that aspect. Yeah, pinches being set up. King again flies on in for the double. First segment already in. Carolina, you gotta stop him.
He's behind the play. Carolina will flush him out. 8v8. Keep that in mind as well as now Exton pushes forward. Right back over to the zone. Second tick done. Third on the way. Carolina will have a chance to contest. On the cross. Roxas staying alive. A chance to secure the point, and they will. Vegas taking after the massive round 3 offensive win by way of capture.
Man, they have not found a lot of success on offense this entire season. But the aggression, the pressure from not only Exton, but King in that round was getting it done with the SMG. Just keeping the kills in sync, transitioning beautifully through bottom vault. And then King just, I'm feeling myself way too much. They fly on and get another double and continue to be the aggressors. But you can already see the teamwork right there from Vegas. Exton pushes out. He says, no, that's not the play. Let me hop back on this point. I got to stack it, and they secure the attack.
I love it. Major advantage now for Vegas. Defense in front of them to possibly take the map and extend this to our 3rd iteration of Vault on the Hardpoint. Nade right into the lap of TJ Halley, just doesn't care, kicks it away. Vivid, though, dropping initially over to the middle of the map, actually puts a little bit of pressure here as Carolina are trying to approach A by way of the flank. To whom is right in position, though, top line to shut it down.
And to whom is not slowing down. Give me another double. So he gives his team now the numbers to retake in towards A. Slasher, last player alive, has a Jacko in hand, and a little bit of assistance from TJ, but again, Exton gets the better of him in one of those close range gunfights.
Back and forth go the kills, though. Allows Carolina to come out, spawn freely, right back in towards A. Gwyn. Good timing, finds Dahum. Now the angle, possibly over to King's direction. Semtex comes out. TJ, Gwyn, trying to work this together. And so far, so good. The SMGs keep the play alive. First tick gonna get locked.
Now you have Roxas going on this pinch, easily gonna be picked up from Vivid. Take your time, though, if you are Vegas. Same thing you just did. Carolina can do it if you give them these kills off the exit. As Vivid gets to read it, there's 2 players over towards Cat. Final segment, I don't know if it's gonna be done. Yes, it does. Time extended, all tied up in lives.
And here comes the repitch coming out of Vegas, trying to find these exit eliminations. TJ finessing, keeping his life. Help from Slasher gets them the advantage as they try to get out and move towards B. Up top, Roxas already putting some damage into Slasher. Vivid nearby. Nades being cooked as Vegas are trying to step forward to deny any entry into the zone, but they're falling immediately. Roxas up top maybe can save the day, but he's the last one standing.
Yeah, they're in a really tight setup, and now Gwyn is already in towards your heart. He's influencing the spawn all the way across the map. Roxas has a read on it. But that first segment is already in. Thankfully, Roxas is finding kills through top heart and giving his team another chance. Another 4 dead, all tied up in lives.
And quick transition into mid-map. Extend through Vault will find himself over the previously captured A zone, but Vivid from the high ground drops on in, finds the kill. Small life lead, 1 life to the advantage of Carolina. But King is back on his rogue freeing routes. 3 in a row for him, up to 30 kills.
Only a minute left to work with. You have routes being developed from Carolina. Gwyn effective on the pinch. King trying to play the trade. Hopefully he chooses the right angle, and he does. But Vivid gets the better of him there. Thankfully, his teammates on the opposing side of the map are finding all the kills.
That's a big final little bullet from Vivid across the map. He can stay alive. Vivid, huge double from him. He shuts down the potential spawn move, and he also clears off 1 from the zone. King has to hold his ground here at Lion. Does well so far. Carolina working on a long play, though. They've got Slasher behind enemy lines, and he's going to find Exnid.
Oh, yeah, Slasher finds that first kill. If he finds a second one in towards R, it's Chef's Kiss. They spawn all the way across the map. His teammates are on the point. It's going to be a 1v1. TJ wins it. Effective on the trade is Dahum, but now you have R control. 5 lives remaining for Vegas.
Keep in mind the tick progression is currently what needs to be the focus for Carolina. 8v5. Exit playing over through Vault Stairs. Clears the zone. This is still not done yet. Vegas can still clutch this up with only 30 seconds to defend.
And look at the route being developed out of Roxas. Takes his sweet time to put himself towards top gold. Trying to be the safety net. Does get picked off. Vivid's on it.
Semtex coming out. King able to find the opener. Slasher responds. Vivid off the reject. Third tick being worked on. He gets pitched up. Now just down to Slasher. 20 seconds on the clock. Slasher off 4 in a row. Here comes the help from Carolina from the front. The only player left alive to try to defend this on top of the zone is Roxas. Dahum playing in the backside of the car finds one. But the progression starts to come through. You have to contest. You have to get on. Gwyn finds the opener. Roxas shut down, but they don't win by progression. They win by kills.
So that means Carolina are going to be on the attack again.
Yep.
They have to do it again on the attack. As Vegas were able to realize, okay, we just don't need to give it this final segment. They're most likely outslaying us on this map. But Vivid was the guy that got it done
Massive.
there. It was the deep pinch all the way towards the other side, where he finds that clean double, and then just finding kills on the opposing side with the free double again through bottom ball. Give his team a lifeline there in that final moment to now force this round 5.
Carolina will be on the attack. Can they go back to back? A lot of the success done by way of getting someone through the defense. And Vegas adapt.
Vegas needs to, on their defensive side, stop playing so tight at B. I know it's a great power position to consistently hold towards top bar, but when your SMGs are pushed up through that middle map, you need to take that map with them. It's an all-out split fest in towards the middle of the map. Carolina currently in top in the numbers, effective on the trades. Time at a pause here at A.
Good awareness here from Gwyn, knowing he's the last one left, but the Vegas Falcons are going to come off spawn a little bit faster than his teammates. Cannot quite finesse away from the rest of the defense, but now TJ picks it up. Nice pinch opportunity for him. Double in the mix. TJ looking to step another bit forward. Almost has a chance to turn to Roxas, but in that moment, Carolina get the first tick with more still to come here on A.
A lot of mid-map pressure already. Thankfully, Vegas retake their way through top cat. They take care of Gwyn. Second segment potentially going to be locked in, and TJ again finds another double. That's already 3 dead. Last player is exited. Do not allow him to get another double. And that time, TJ finds that kill. Time is extended.
And they're going to have a quick route through Vault to try to contest onto B immediately. Vegas, quick spawn behind the point, have actually gotten some palm control here. Roxas able to open things up, immediately traded, but you've got Dahum up top. He will double down. And that will leave just one more Raven to find. Gwyn just kind of floating through mid, keeping the life advantage for Carolina.
Yeah, he just wants to maintain this part of the map. Force Falcons to either put a lot of focus on him or just completely disregard him. Now he's working his way in through bottom ball. TJ trying to set up on the pinch, but it's still Roxas dominating over towards B Street. They're doing what they need to do.
Next is just kind of moving in and out, running circles around the middle of the map. Gwyn trying to track him down. 17 plays 16, minute 22 on the clock. And here comes that long route again from Carolina. This time it's Exton trying to cover the bases, but he doesn't find Slasher. Now Slasher's in your back line.
Now all you want to do if you're Slash is just be a nuisance.
Yeah.
You know they're going to put a lot of focus on you. You're hoping that your teammates from the front side can find a little bit of success. TJ started off with the first kill. Pushes his way already in towards Art, so he's going to influence those spawns to be super deep for Vegas. Not the ideal situation you want to be in, but you find that kill immediately and retake it back.
Semtex up top. A lot of nades actually going to Roxas' direction. First tick of progress being worked on. Keep your eye on number 6 in white. Exit again, behind the play, right up the vault stairs. Clears off the zone. Vegas still holding a pretty convincing defensive setup, especially with that follow-up from King. More on the way as Exton has played forward and really put a pause to the Raven spawns.
And that's 3 dead. So now Vegas in full map control, forcing Carolina to basically sprint straight forward. Trying to touch this B point, but the timing, again, good enough for that kill onto King. A little bit of mid-map pressure here from the Ravens, but they're going right through the front door.
Yeah, Dahum gets taken down up top. Vivid can now get under the zone, pause the clock at 27 seconds. Gwyn able to find Exton, and then it stops over to King. One more in front. Gwyn, 4 in a row. Cars pulling up all over the zone, but that's 4 down. Second player making their move on. Slasher gets the trophy system down. Second tick of progress looking good. It's also an 8v3. Vegas' hopes of staying alive in Madrid starting to crumble. Roxas has to jump off the balcony, and he runs right into the waiting arms of TJ Halley. Carolina 3-0, staying alive, sending the Ravens into the roll round 2 matchup.
And again, another situation where the Falcons do step 1 and step 2 correctly to perfection, but get down to the final crucial moments and just get taken care of. Slasher on the deep pinch, focus opens up with a double. He allows his teammates to push through that front side because a lot of focus is on just taking care of Slasher because he was influencing those spawns, but they just kept up in the lane. The SCGs maintain that mid-map control. But that is 2 maps where Vegas are thinking, we should have won it.
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yes, and DO 5-1, you need to be able to close that one out. That one you secure an attacking ground, which you usually don't find a lot of success, and you get back-to-back defenses to close out ball control, and you fall short. Great performances out of Xnid, great performances out of King. But it's just the way that that defensive setup was looking every time they got stuck into their base. That one set of gunfights is all Carolina needed every time.
And it just comes down to the simple fact of the matter of Carolina not just flooding from the front, putting pressure at multiple points. I think most importantly, though, in that last break, is the fact that they get Exted as he's trying to hit that pinch through mid. That shutdown is everything, allows both Gwyn and TJ to focus everything forward. TJ goes on the pop-off to finish.